All right, today we're diving straight into a massive showdown happening in India's rapid delivery market. We're talking about a battle of speed, scale, and some seriously staggering amounts of cash. So let's figure out who's really coming out on top here. So here's the big question on everyone's mind. In this crazy race to get you your stuff in literally 10 minutes, who's actually winning? To find the answer, you know what we have to do? We gotta follow the money. Okay, first up we have the front runner, Blinkit. Now, this company has been posting some absolutely mind-blowing growth figures. So let's take a look at the kind of momentum they're building. It's pretty wild. Get this. For 2025, Blinkit's quick commerce revenue is projected to hit a massive 5,200 crore rupees. A number that big immediately tells you they are a dominant force in this game. But believe it or not, that's just the warm-up. Because this is where things get truly insane. The projection for just 1 year later, 2026, sees Blinkit's revenue just skyrocketing to over 26,000 crore rupees. I mean, that's a five-fold jump in a single year. We're talking absolutely explosive growth. But hold on, this isn't a one-horse race. Let's talk about the challenger, Swiggy Instamart. They're a huge competitor with a really deep footprint all across the Indian market. So let's see how their numbers stack up. For 2025, Swiggy Instamart is projected to pull in a very respectable 2,100 crore rupees. Now, yeah, that's less than half of Blinkit's number, but it's still a ton of money and makes them a super significant player. The real question is, what does their growth look like? Well, for 2026, that number is expected to more than double to around 4,300 crore rupees. That's solid growth for sure, no question about it. But you can already tell it's a very different scale of ambition compared to that explosive projection we just saw from Blinkit. All right, time for the main event. Let's put these numbers right next to each other to really get a sense of the gap and the path each of these companies is on. This is where the story gets crystal clear. You know, this source material for this says it perfectly. Numbers don't lie. So let's just look at the hard data and see exactly what story it's telling us about this revenue duel. So, looking at this all together, the picture becomes, well, obvious. In 2025, Blinkit is already more than double the size of Swiggy Instamart. But look at 2026. Blinkit is projected to be 6 times larger. The gap isn't just big, it is widening at an incredible speed. And this bar chart just makes the story impossible to miss. I mean, look, on the left, you've got Swiggy Instamart's solid growth. But on the right, that towering bar representing Blinkit. Visually, this is what market dominance in the making actually looks like. So based on everything we've seen, the conclusion seems kind of obvious, doesn't it? In the race for revenue, for pure growth, Blinkit is just leaving everyone else in the dust. They're the clear winner, right? Well, not so fast. Because, you see, there's a huge twist in this story. A single, absolutely crucial piece of information that completely reframes this entire conversation, from a sprint for revenue to a marathon for actual survival. So let's just recap what we know for sure. The data doesn't lie. Blinkit is way, way ahead in the growth race. Their 2026 revenue projection just dwarfs the competition. But there's a critical piece of the puzzle missing from this picture. And here it is. This is probably the single most important line from our source material. Despite these absolutely mind-boggling revenues and meteoric growth, neither Blinkit nor Swiggy Instamart is actually profitable yet. And, you know, that's what it all comes down to in the end. Profitability. That's the real finish line. This kind of insane growth requires burning through cash on ads, on deep discounts, on the huge costs of running all those dark stores. It really doesn't matter how big your revenue is if you're spending even more to get it. This totally changes the question from who's the biggest to who can actually become sustainable first. So this leaves us with the ultimate question in this high-stakes game. What truly defines a winner here? Is it just capturing the market no matter the cost? Or is it building a business that can actually last? That, my friends, is the real billion-dollar question.